All right guys, welcome to the first official video for the garage series. Today, if you couldn't gather, we're working on lighting. So today is all about lighting the garage, which is one of the first things I think someone should do. The company and the lights I went with was Prime Lights, and I went with the T8 Stingray. So they're 4-bulb fixtures. Today we're gonna be putting them in, hopefully. And they sent me a nice little banner, so that is the company. What I really like, not only that they're really easy to work with, but they have a really cool like little builder thing that you can give the dimensions of your garage and kind of what you're trying to do, and they will spit out all of the numbers with it, like how many lights you should get, the ceiling height, the projections, the lumens, all that stuff, which is probably a little more than what I initially even was thinking about, but it's really nice once you see kind of different variants. They spit out for me, and then of course I said, I want more than the average. So 6 fixtures are gonna go in this 4-car garage. This is about 18 feet deep and about 22 feet wide, give or take. So really not a big garage, as you guys probably heard me complain about before. We're going with these. So these are 4-bulb fixtures, and I'm going to give you a little rundown of what they look like and where we're at right now. So this is the T8 fixture, and then of course, Prime Lights. They make a lot other ones. They make 6-bulb fixtures. They make all kinds of other things for, you know, commercial or home use. So they have a lot of good options. I really was happy with it. So anyways, I'll give you a rundown of what the garage is like here. This was 12 hours of work yesterday, which I really didn't film, but I'll put in a few clips. Three on this side, got the boxes kind of done there. I went with the drywall box just because it was so much easier for me. And then I actually put ceiling paint underneath the lights because ideally I wanted to paint this space, but my buddy's coming and helping me install the lights. So I just figured, let me just get paint under it and then I'll just paint around them once they're in. So that's kind of not the proper order of operations if I could pick. But we've got 3 on this side. And the one thing too, which is kind of, I didn't realize, so I put this like, I don't know, I think it was 3 feet off this back wall. Well, I wanted to do this one 3 feet off, but with this attic access, it has to be, you know, not exact. And I had already put that hole in and put the box in really nice. So technically these will be probably like 3 or 4 inches off, but at this point, I don't have energy to like move this one box that way, like whatever, 3 inches or whatever. So it's gonna stay, and then I offset these a little bit. So these are like a little bit towards the right because of this bump out. So we'll see kind of how that goes, but I have enough fixtures in here that it shouldn't be an issue. But I wanna show you guys something. I was climbing up the attic and I was like, okay, sweet. Here's kind of general whatever, I'm running the boxes, and then I'm like, well, wait a second. I can't get to half of this attic. So it's because this house is a 5-level split, which means you have no attic access for half the attic, which sucked. So anyways, that was an extra thing to deal with. All right, let me give you a real quick rundown of what we're working with exactly. So there's already a switch in here that normally would power a single bulb right there, which of course is not enough. And so in order to get this to the other lights here, you just have to get a single wire from there to at least one of these 3 on this side. And then you can just daisy chain them. And I'm not an electrician, so if there's something wrong here, just know that I'm messing my own house up. So that's on me. But anyway, so you have to just pick which one you want to get it to. Feed the wire over, which sucked because of the joists or whatever in the floor. And once you get one over, you can just daisy chain the rest. So that's why there's 2 wires coming here. One goes to the one over here, and then one goes underneath, I think, to this light, and then these are just daisy chained from there. So that's kind of how I ended up doing it. All right, real quick update for you guys. We've got a finished light. No power yet. It is hooked up, but this was the first one and the easiest one, I guess, relatively speaking, because it's in the attic and there's just one connection. There's no daisy chaining or anything like that. And then we've got this one, which it's easier to probably put them up with just the base and not the sort of that top piece on there. So you know, it's extra weight to kind of hold up and measure and like double or triple check. So that's the current status. We're gonna move on to this one, and then my buddy Adam's gonna come and help me. What's cool is it comes with these connections on the light itself, and it comes apart, so it clicks together, and then you just put this on the actual power that's coming into the light. So you can plug and unplug them pretty easily. All right, before you close that up, just show all the people how it looks. And what's nice is they give you that little plug there, and then we just wire knotted the ground. But yeah, the single fixture is really straightforward. Adam's just gonna snap this in here. How's it going? Looks good. It's going. There we go. The corners are a little tight, but that's okay. And then they just have that little, that metal, that one right there, don't forget to, and then the other one. And that's how they lock in, and then it just covers up the electrical. And then we have to tie in the middle, and then we will be able to test them. That's fine. All right, so we've got the current setup before the switch. So obviously this is just daytime and the camera adjusts, but go ahead and flip the switch on. Naturally the camera adjusts, of course, but we've got 6 of these bad boys, the T8 Stingrays. They look really good. I basically have like no shadows now. We're talking about the placement of them and everything, but maybe I could have gone a little more towards the center, but for the first time putting 6 fixtures in the garage, we got it done. And then this was the original connection, and probably do different screws at some point maybe, but that's where that single ball was, and I just put a cap, a blank cap on it, and that's about it. These are legit. All right, good morning everybody. It's the next day. I'm a little more fresh today, but I wanted to give you a walkthrough of the single garage side. Obviously a different layout here. Due to the garage door, like this middle lowering chain area, I felt like putting a light in between the ceiling and that just didn't really make sense. So what we ended up doing was obviously just put a single going this way, and then we flipped those 2, and I really pushed them to the front side of the garage as much as possible, but I did leave about 6 inches that are covered when the garage door is open. That way, so if it is closed, at least more of the light is at the front. All right guys, so I want to give you a quick walk around of the lights after they're installed. And of course, the ceiling is painted white. So I painted the ceiling white, and I wanted to give you guys a little walk around after it's done, because even though the lights look really good without the ceiling painted, it's just a whole nother level with it complete. So I'll give you a quick walk around and a little bit of thoughts and feedback now that they're all complete. So of course the camera adjusts, and it really won't give you a full sort of results of what it is in real life, but this is, you know, I hate to say it, but it's a night and day difference. We removed that single bulb that was right there, which basically almost did nothing, and we have a nice no shadow 6 fixture
garage, and you'll see the lighting does kind of adjust for the camera here. But yeah, it's super bright. I would probably feel comfortable detailing a car, and you can even see like imperfections. There's some fingerprints. So we've got good enough lighting where, you know, I'd be able to show you guys kind of different details and stuff like that. And of course, detail a car if I wanted to without really any issues. So lots of good light. The M5 will be the example for today. And over here, as I mentioned, I kind of put this row towards the right, mainly because we have a few extra feet of bump out that I wanted to make sure I could get. But there's really not a whole lot of shadows over here. There's some, and we're kind of being picky, but mainly it's just based on my placement of the lights themselves. So definitely a huge improvement. Definitely one of the first things I would say if you're outfitting a garage or just kind of even setting it up in the most basic way. The lighting will make your life so much nicer, even if you're not really out here doing a whole lot. So anyways, I think that's really it. I want to thank the guys at Prime Lights. They're super easy to work with, as I mentioned, so definitely hit them up directly if you need sets of lights. So of course I ended up going with these. I'm happy with them. They're really light. They don't weigh very much, and they look really good. They're super clean, and they were pretty easy to put up even by myself, so I'm really happy with it. All right, so that's gonna do it. Special thanks to the guys at Prime Lights. I'll put links in the description. Great people to work with, and I would definitely get a set of these again. So if I was outfitting another garage, I would definitely probably consider these. I don't really have any issues or anything like that with them so far. So all in all, really good change, and makes this space so different. So stay tuned for more, and I'll see you guys next time.